this episode of Watch Stuff With Us, we are reacting to the newest video from Mr. Ballen. Thanks for checking out yet another episode of Watch Stuff With Us. I'm JD.
I'm Katie.
She is back
I'm
and
back.
better than ever.
In black.
No, I'm black.
He is. I'm back. He's black.
Please. I can't talk now. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you are notified each and every time we go live. And today we are reacting to Mr. Ballen. And we haven't heard of the guy before, but we hear that his videos are phenomenal and kind of creepy because it's the Halloween season. We might as well do something kind of creepy. So
yes, bring it.
Further ado,
let's go.
Let's watch.
In 2021, a mother and their two sons were on vacation in Cancun, Mexico. One night, while they were staying at their resort, all the kids were invited to play in this big game of resort-wide hide-and-seek, where the hotel staff...
This already sounds bad.
And so one of this woman's sons decided he wanted to play, and after the staff began counting, he took off running. And after only a few seconds, he finds the perfect hiding spot. It's this little nook tucked away in the darkness right on the edge of the hotel's property. But after he got down in this little space, and he tucked down and he's hiding, he realized he was not alone. But before we get into that story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload once a week.
Already pretty creepy. I'm
already having like my parenting red flags go up. You put all the kids together and you're gonna have fun play hide and seek. Somebody's gonna go missing.
Yeah.
Like even if it's not like this creepy thing, they're gonna lose a kid.
Somebody is definitely gonna come up missing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a bad thing. Like one of the things that we pride ourselves on being parents is
not losing
knowing where our kids are
at.
You need to keep them.
Yeah.
If you have them, you need to keep them.
We don't leash them, but they know.
Yeah.
They know to stay with us. Stranger danger.
They definitely know. Let's see. Oh, hey, we got a new sub. What is up? Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Welcome.
And hi to you too. Definitely hi to you too.
I always type too fast and submit things. I'm like, ooh, that's all the errors. No worries. Welcome.
Yes. If you get a chance, let us know where you're from. But let's get back into the video.
So, if that's of interest to you, the next time you're serving ice cream at the local county fair and the like button comes up to you and asks for a vanilla cone, give them one. But don't use vanilla ice cream, use vanilla mayonnaise. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on
that sounds like a terrible prank.
So you don't miss any of our weekly
real bad.
Also, it's not even the same like consistency. Like even soft serve doesn't look. Mayonnaise is just flat. You can't even get it up the twists. Like it's like a chocolate onion.
On or around June 10th, 2021. Jennifer Buell and her two sons, 12-year-old Charlie and 7-year-old Johnny, touched down at Cancun.
So I'm assuming these are all true stories, correct? I'm guessing.
Yeah, right? They gotta be.
International Airport in Cancun, Mexico. The family, who lived in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was there for a nice long vacation during the kids' summer break, which had started just a few weeks earlier. After getting off the plane and getting their luggage, the Buell family made their way out of the airport and they hopped on a shuttle that brought them to their resort. They were staying at Club Med Cancun, which is a very popular all-inclusive family resort that's located right at the tip of the Riviera Maya. And the Riviera Maya.
Although after this video, I'm not sure.
It's this stretch on the western side of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico that's basically all white sand beaches and beautiful, clear turquoise water. But Club Med Cancun's fabulous location was not the only reason why families loved going there so much. Club Med, the huge hotel company behind this particular resort, is known for their gentil organisateurs. They call them GOs for short.
What is that?
No, gentil organisateurs. Gummy bears. Gentil gummy bears.
All of their locations everywhere in the world, whose sole job is to make sure the guests staying at their hotels have a truly unforgettable experience. And so these really friendly GOs are always walking around these hotels and talking to the guests, pointing them to different places they can go within the hotel. And they encourage the guests to interact with each other and to participate in resort activities.
Sounds
And
nice.
so a
Not
stay
the
at a
setting.
Club Med hotel, whether it's Cancun or anywhere in the world, is known to be very upbeat and highly interactive. So Jennifer and their two sons, they get off the shuttle at Club Med Cancun. They go inside, they get checked in, they make their way to their room, they drop their bags, and then they head out to explore the hotel. And pretty much right away, there were geos all over the place coming up to welcome them to the hotel and pointing them to the best restaurants, the best places to go swimming, and what activities were coming up that night, and what to look forward to.
You're still selling me on taking
and
a trip
right
there.
away, what stood out to the Buell family, specifically Charlie and Johnny, was the Kids Club / Teens Club. Basically, the GOs organized really fun games and activities
It's always fun to do
just
that.
for the kids. And they
That's
made
when
it-
that's when you take one of those kids or take one of those trips and you drop your kids off
Right. Now,
and
see,
with like babysitters, and then you get to go do what you think. Now
That's
I'm
not-
nervous about it, but because we've never done it, we've never done anything like that. I don't know if anybody else has. If you've done that in the chat, let us know if you got your kids back. But
or did you lose them? Or
have
did
you
they
seen them
lose them? I
since?
should say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that makes me nervous. Like I know how I am as a parent. Like I know that I'm a good parent. I don't know if I trust other people to monitor my kids the way they need to monitor my kids.
And if it's a resort, are they gonna have like an all-out candy bar or something? Because man, our kids can't even handle like 1 ounce of sugar. They're
No.
just,
They'll lose it.
yeah.
They will lose it. Stevie says my parents did it. Oh, okay. Nice.
She's
nice.
still here.
And you still here, yeah. Congratulations. You survived. You made it. Yay.
Lily's in it.
Never done it. Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting. I don't know how I would feel if we had our kids, to have somebody else watch them like that, especially in a resort like that. Like there's so many kids, I would think.
See, my idea for traveling to like a resort is to go with other couples that have children or don't have children and rotate. So then, yeah, like we go out on a date night and people would like watch our kids and their kids, and then we like trade off, and that sounds like a safer thing to do.
Right.
And I mean, you can still go have fun.
Smaller
and stuff,
group, people you already know.
You know, your kids are not going to be whining out with anybody else because they know whoever you're traveling with. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if I'll do that either, but let's keep the video going.
They were, and so this was really appealing to Charlie and Johnny to go play with other kids, and it was appealing to Jennifer because this would mean she could go off and actually relax because she would have childcare. So starting that first night and over the next week they were in Cancun, Jennifer made sure they always were around the resort so that the boys could just take off and go hang out with this kids club, teen club whenever they wanted. And so the routine that the Buell family adopted over the course of their vacation was they would get up early, they would go to the white sand beaches right outside of their resort, and then after coming back to the resort, Charlie would almost always cut loose and go hang out for the rest of the day with the kids in the teen club, kids club. And Johnny, he mostly stayed with his mom, but over the course of the day, he would leave.
So many horror stories, though.
It makes sense when you get older. I mean, you're going to want to go hang out with the other teenagers, not with your parents, even if you're on vacation.
Right. I don't trust people, though. Like, people ain't. Just don't trust them.
And so, all in all, the Buell family vacation to Cancun, Mexico was really going as well as it could have been until a simple game of hide and seek changed everything.
Hide and seek, and we'll never see again.
Pretty much, probably. That's my guess is going to happen.
Today's video is sponsored by Rocket Money, formerly through
we're not watching that.
Oh, that'd be Bob's Rocket Money.
A free wall ride.
What are you talking about, bro?
I don't know what Rocket Money is, but Rocket Money, a free wall ride.
I think it's much more fun watching ads fast forwarded like this.
I feel like I wanted to go back and rewatch the ad though. That was funny. What do walruses have to do with it? I'm sold.
Roughly 1 week after the Buell family arrived in Mexico, the family got up and they began their typical vacation routine. They headed to the beach, and then afterwards, Charlie broke off and went to spend time with the kids at the teen club, kids club, and Johnny and Jennifer, they mostly stayed together for the rest of the
You look psyched.
That evening, around 8:30,
Pancakes!
all three of the Buells had dinner. They decided to split up before rejoining at 9:15 to go in and see a show. Johnny wanted to head downstairs and go see a kids-only show. Jennifer wanted to head up to the second level to have chocolate fondue dessert with a friend she had made at the resort. And Charlie wanted to meet up with his friends from the kids club, teens club, out on the pool deck. where the GOs were organizing a big game of hide and seek. And so after watching his mother walk upstairs to the fondue restaurant and watching his younger brother head downstairs to the kids only show, Charlie turned and ran towards the pool deck. And when he got there, he immediately linked up with his best friend from the vacation, a 13-year-old named Cyrus. And very quickly after that, the GOs who were on the pool deck with all these other kids that were out there, they said, okay, we're going to start counting. You guys all hide. So the GOs.
Don't mess with people named Cyrus.
I know, I was thinking that too. I was like, ooh.
No, bad name. Bad name. I'm sorry if somebody in your family that you care about is named Cyrus, but I'm guessing they're not a good person.
Cyrus is something.
Yeah.
Cyrus is to blame. He solved it.
Yep. Don't even need to watch the rest of the video.
He ate
it's
the
Cyrus.
children.
Yep.
He
Cyrus.
ate them all.
13-year-old Cyrus ate the kids.
Cannibalism. Coming back.
Ooh. In style or something?
Only if you're really hungry. I'm hungry. Watch out.
I might be hungry when I'm not trying to do that.
They walked to the side of this big pool deck. They covered their eyes. They began counting, and all the kids, Charlie and Cyrus included, scattered to find the best hiding spot. And right away, as Charlie and Cyrus are looking for places to hide, they're seeing the other kids are taking up all the best hiding spots. And so for a second, they're panicking. They're not going to have a good spot. Then both of the boys looked over to the side of the pool deck, and they realized there is a perfect hiding spot that nobody's taken.
In the pool.
The outside of this huge open-air pool deck was a metal fence. It was only a couple of feet tall, and it was made up of metal bars, so you could see right through it. It was basically in place just to denote the edges of the resort property.
It already sounds dumb.
Length of this perimeter fence, the south side of this fence, there was a gate built into this fence. And this gate was almost always closed and locked. The only time it was opened was when a GO or another hotel staff member would open it to lead guests out of the resort property to go off and do some excursion. But for some reason, on the night of June 18th, this fence was wide open. On the other side of this fence was just a small rectangular platform that jutted out about 10 feet from the pool deck, same level as the pool deck. And if you were standing on this platform with your back to the pool deck, on your left side would be a very small flight of stairs, just a couple of steps going down. And so Charlie and Cyrus, they look over and they see this gate is open, and they know there are those stairs kind of tucked down.
Steps look creepy as hell already. Like, I mean, I can get why that would probably be a good hiding spot, but if you're 41 like I am, or almost 41 like I am, that's a little too scary for me. Like, I'm good.
Like, who just sees this area over there that you're not supposed to go to and is like, I'm gonna go there?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
is that a boy thing?
Well, I don't think it's a kid thing. Like, I could see our kids, if we told we were playing hide and seek, yeah, they would go into the worst possible place and try to hide there and then get stuck. And like, yeah, this story would be about them if we went to Cancun. And
it's so true. It's so true.
Totally them.
Yeah, they would.
Down below the platform, and they're thinking, if we crouch down on those steps, no one will see us from the pool deck. We'll be obscured from view. And so Charlie and Cyrus, they run over to the open gate. They go through. They walk down a couple of steps, and they kind of tuck themselves down. They can barely look up and over onto the pool deck to see if anyone's coming, but they can tell there's no way anyone is going to see them unless they literally walk through the gate and are looking down the steps at them. And so Charlie and Cyrus, they're giggling with excitement because they know they have found the perfect hiding spot. And they're listening as the GOs are calling out, okay, ready or not, here we come. After a couple of minutes, they're hearing the sound of the GOs finding all the other kids all over the pool deck. You know, there were some really good hiding spots, but eventually all the kids were found except for Charlie and Cyrus.
Now, do they remember those
Charlie
kids
and
are
Cyrus,
missing?
they start looking at each other, and they're really excited about this, but they know no one's going to find them. But right before Cyrus and Charlie stood up and revealed
Get close.
Cyrus happened to notice there was a hose, like a garden hose, that was draped down at the steps that they were on, and for some reason, the water was turned on. And so Cyrus grabbed the hose, and as he stood up, turning away from Charlie, he began spraying the water onto the pool deck, onto the GOs and all the kids who didn't know where they were. And so everybody on the pool deck is suddenly laughing and running away from the water. It's totally chaos. And Cyrus thinks it's hysterical. He's still just spraying everybody down. And at some point, Cyrus stops and turns to see what Charlie's reaction is to this absolute bedlam that he's created on the pool deck. But when Cyrus turns around, Charlie's not there. Meanwhile, two other hotel guests who had nothing to do with this game of hide and seek, it was a mother and her adult son, they were having a meal up in the second floor restaurant that overlooked the pool deck. As they're sitting there enjoying their meal, they suddenly hear the sound of boys screaming. Now, immediately, they both can tell this is not a play scream. Someone is actually in danger, someone is hurt, something's going on here, and they try to look down on the pool deck where these screams seem to be coming from, but they can't tell. It's dark out there, they can't see what's going on. And so, acting on instinct, the woman and her son just stand up and start running through the restaurant and making their way downstairs. And as they're doing this, the woman's husband actually sees her charging through, and he, along with two other boys that happen to be near him, just start running after them, knowing that whatever's going on, it's bad. So they have to go help. And so when
Okay, so are you a helper? Or are you like dang, I wonder what's going on over there, but I'm not gonna go find out.
I'm a helper.
I'm cautiously, I'm not sure if I'm gonna help. I need to see if everything is cool. Like, I'm not necessarily gonna run.
I'd already be gone. You'd still be like looking over, like, what's going on?
Yeah, then I look to my left and you would be gone. Yeah.
Maybe somebody had ice cream.
And then you get into situations that you don't necessarily need to be into when you just run headstrong into situations. But I know that's you. That's totally you.
I am.
That's totally you.
I am. I've worked with children for too long in my life and been around too many injuries to know that you got to go help people. You got to go.
You've worked with children long enough to want to help. I've worked with children long enough to not want to help. What would you do in the chat? Would you run and try to help without knowing exactly what was going on? Let's keep it going.
I'd just go by myself. I don't care.
People get down to the pool deck. They hear the sound of the boys screaming again, and they can tell it's coming from that open gate, that platform area where Charlie and Cyrus had been hiding. And so these five people charge through these still open gates. They go out onto the platform and they look down the little flight of stairs and they see Cyrus. They don't see anybody else on the platform. It's just this one boy, and he looks totally shaken up, totally hysterical, and it's clear he is one of the boys that's screaming. And then before they could even ask him what was going on, they hear a sound coming from somewhere below the steps. And they all turn, and literally out of the darkness, Charlie just suddenly emerges and looks up at the adults and just says in a very calm voice, "Save me, save me." This normally completely off-limits, fenced-off platform that jutted out past the pool deck where the boys were hiding, that was actually
levitate.
Right?
Sat over
Did he rise up?
And underneath that dock was a nest of crocodiles. And
Oh,
when Cyrus and Charlie were on that lower step, the crocodiles had noticed them. And when Cyrus had stood up and begun spraying the water onto the pool deck, one of those crocodiles, a 13-foot monster, had come out of the water, turned around, and literally leapt up onto those steps, bit Charlie by the leg, and pulled him into the water. The screams that woman and her son had heard while they were in that restaurant were Cyrus's and Charlie's. Because initially, when Charlie was pulled into the water, he didn't go directly under. And so Cyrus had managed to grab onto Charlie's arms and was trying to pull Charlie out of the crocodile's mouth.
That's when you lose your bottom half.
Yeah, for real, man. For real. Jeez. Okay, now I get why it might have looked like he just levitated out because the thing was still holding on to him.
We should show this video to our kids.
Yeah, tell them.
This is why you don't go in areas you're not supposed to. This is why you stay with mommy and daddy.
Because there's always crocodiles around every corner.
You never know.
Get you. They'll get you. They'll get you.
I already told them there's no crocs around here. I'll have to try something else.
Out, and the two of them were screaming for help. But by the time that woman and the other four people got down to the platform, Cyrus lost his grip on Charlie, and the croc and Charlie went under the water. So those five people were standing there when the crocodile and Charlie just came back out of the water. And that's when Charlie was saying, "Save, save." He was in the crocodile's mouth. And when these five people saw Charlie and understood what was going on, without any hesitation, the adults leapt into the dark lagoon waters that are clearly infested with crocodiles and began beating the crap out of this crocodile. And while this melee is happening,
nothing like a good croc beatdown. I mean,
what else are you gonna do though?
All
you have are your fists.
Like, okay, now this is another one of those situations where
would you jump in?
If it was my kid, I'm definitely gonna jump in. If it's somebody's kid that I know, I'm probably gonna jump in. if there's somebody I don't know, it would be harder to jump in. Like it's like the percentage goes down a little bit, but I wouldn't just stand there and watch it. I know me. I wouldn't just stand there and
I mean,
watch
at least
it.
throw some rocks at him or something.
I'd have to do something. Somebody has to do something. I just wouldn't let that crocodile just, like they just thrashing around with the kid and like they're freaking out. I'm not just gonna stand there hopeless and helpless. Like I would have to do something. I'd have to do something. Ugh, please don't put me in a situation like that ever. Universe, do you hear me? Never.
I just know I'd be eaten.
I
Like me versus Croc.
I know, like man, I'm a good meal for a
I
croc. Like they would survive for like years off of me. So I'm just too much for them.
Tastes like
So,
chicken.
exactly. I don't want to go like that. Not like that. I don't want to go out like that.
I don't want my limbs like ripped off one at a time
I
either.
don't know.
Like you just know they just snatch and pull it, whatever.
Ugh.
No thanks.
Dark, murky lagoon waters with crocodiles everywhere. Someone had gone into the fondue
Exactly.
bar,
Selective.
told Jennifer,
I call it percentage-based life-saving techniques.
Ran across the restaurant, knocking anything over
Good
that was
time,
in her
yeah.
way. Finally, she got downstairs to the pool deck. She went through that gate, out to that platform, and she saw her boy. Charlie was laying on his back, surrounded by totally frantic and hysterical adults. Charlie's leg looked like it had been through a meat grinder. But Charlie was awake and he was talking to the adults near him. In the time it took Jennifer to run through the restaurant and get down to the pool deck, those adults who had leapt into the murky lagoon water to fight with this crocodile had literally beaten it so badly that it released Charlie. And according to the people who watched this happen, this crocodile was putting up an unbelievable fight.
Appreciate it, Amanda.
Its head side to side, tearing into Charlie's leg. It kept pulling Charlie deeper and deeper into the water, and these adults just didn't stop. They were yanking on this crocodile, punching its eyes, gouging its eyes, and finally it worked. When Charlie was finally pulled to safety and was laying on the dock, he was in rough shape, and no one knew if he was going to survive or not. But luckily, there just happened to be a trauma nurse who was staying at the resort who came outside. She assessed the situation and she took charge. She stopped the bleeding in his leg and she stayed with him and kept him calm until paramedics finally arrived. Charlie would be rushed to the hospital where he would immediately undergo several surgeries that would save his life. Also, surgeons were able to miraculously save his leg. Initially, it seemed like he might have to have it amputated. As for Club Med, their response to this incident was enormous. Not only did they pay for all of Charlie's medical bills, but they also invested a lot of money into securing not only that fence and gate that led to the dock where he was attacked, but also just generally speaking around the resort to make sure there were no more attacks.
I was gonna say, why don't you do something about making sure that there aren't crocodiles at your resort? Like I know that you want to be, close to the wildlife. People go on vacation and they want to experience all these things and how, you know, how what would be the word, like rural it is, like it's just you're closer to nature because most of us grow up in a city and live in cities. So you want to be kind of out there. But if that includes having crocodiles on your premises, maybe you should do something to make sure that they aren't there. Like you hear about crocodiles and stuff all the time on golf courses.
Yeah.
Like, and people go in like trying to get a ball and end up getting like, snapped in half by a crocodile or alligator. Like, come on, man. Like your ball isn't into that.
You're not that desperate.
No, you don't need to be that desperate at all. But I kind of think that they need to do something, and I hope that they did something about kind of keeping those like crocodiles away. Like, yeah, that area needs to be secure, like super secure.
And I bet they wouldn't have had to pay all those medical fees and everything too if they just closed their gate.
Linda says he'll wrestle the alligator. Oh, okay, all right.
I think they need to come on trips with us then.
Man, for real, just in case we got
bodyguards.
Yeah, just in case we got a situation going down, we'll have you do it, bro.
You never know.
You better than me. You are much better than me. Yeah, petting zoo. Yeah, not with crocodiles. Not with
Here, cocky.
Yeah, all right, let's finish this video up.
Today, Charlie is back in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with his family, and considering the horrible trauma he went through, he's remarkably well adjusted. In fact, in the Halloween that followed this attack, Charlie dressed up as a crocodile.
Charlie got jokes.
So that's going to do it. If you got something out of this episode and you haven't done this already.
If I was his parents, I'd be like, that's not even funny, boy. Like,
right? Like,
that's not funny.
Darn near gave me a heart attack.
You almost died.
You almost died. And you trying to have jokes about it. Like, I mean, okay, cool sense of humor, and that you can laugh about it, but like that's.
I mean, you know that'd be me though. I'd be having jokes about it. That's
maybe.
how I roll.
Yeah, I can see you doing
That's how I roll. But if it was our kids, I'd be like, heck no, you're not gonna dress up as a gator. You almost died.
No, we are not gonna make fun of that ever again, or talk about it ever again. Because that's crazy though. That's crazy. All right.
I'm glad he made it.
Yeah, me too.
Me
too, for sure.
That's awesome that there's so many people that jumped in to help. Like, just happened to hear and see everything going down.
Me too, for sure. All right. Well, that's our reaction to this Mr. Ballen video, or Mr. Ballen video. I'm sorry. Gotta make sure I pronounce it right.
Ballen.
If you like this video and this reaction, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you're notified each and every time we go live or post a video. And also, this is being done right now in a live stream every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Time. We live stream. So join us. I'm JD.
I'm Katie.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Later.